Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
On today's Smart 7, Biden calls for unity as Trump survives assassination attempt, heartbreak as England lose in Berlin, and lots more. It's Monday 15th of July, it's Gummy Worm Day, and happy birthday, Ollie Alexander.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
not the news.
Take a look at what happened.
There was chaos in the US on Saturday evening after former President Donald Trump was shot in the ear during an attempted assassination at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. One spectator was killed and 2 others critically injured in the shooting. The gunman, who was shot dead at the scene, has been named as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, a registered Republican who lived and worked in nearby Bethel Park. Donald Trump thanked law enforcement for their quick response in a Truth Social post on Saturday night, while current President Biden condemned the violence in a live broadcast from the Oval Office on Sunday night.
We must not go down this road in America. We've traveled it before throughout our history. Violence has never been the answer. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions.
And Republican pollster Frank Luntz says the incident will likely bring a few more voters to the polls.
This is going to have an impact not on who people support, but on their likelihood of getting out and actually participating. I think you're going to see a 1 or 2% addition to Donald Trump's vote, particularly in the state that this happened. It's a critical swing state.
A little over a week into the job and the new Labour government have been busy. They've already scrapped the Rhonda scheme, reintroduced compulsory house building targets and ordered an investigation into NHS performance. But newly minted leader of the House, Lucy Powell, says fixing the country might be more difficult than they originally thought.
Things are even worse than we thought, and we can't flick a switch and change things overnight. This is going to take serious focus, and we are setting out a legislative programme to match that.
One of Labour's flagship policies was the creation of the publicly owned GB Energy, a green power initiative headquartered in Scotland, which will work with the private sector to co-invest in emerging clean energy technologies. And Octopus Energy CEO Greg Jackson says it's a great idea.
One of the very positive things in the recent election was that the attempt to create a lot of culture wars over net zero failed. British citizens know the best way to more secure, cheaper and of course greener power is renewables.
A senior Hamas spokesperson confirmed on Sunday that the group has not withdrawn from peace talks after a deadly Israeli strike on Gaza on Saturday looks set to put things on hold. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, at least 90 Palestinians were killed in Saturday's strike in the Khan Yunis area, which was targeting the group's military leader, Mohammed Deif. It's yet to be confirmed whether Deif, who's already survived 7 assassination attempts, was killed in the strike. But Israeli government spokesperson David Mensa says the numbers are skewed and most of those killed belong to Hamas.
We know that we used a precise munition to get this man. Now, our current assessment from the IDF is around 20 others, but many of those will be terrorists.
The case against Alec Baldwin fell apart in spectacular fashion this weekend after new evidence came to light and one special prosecutor found herself on the witness stand. The actor was facing involuntary manslaughter charges and potentially an 18-month prison sentence for the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on set of the film Rust. But he's walking away a free man after it was found police and prosecution deliberately withheld evidence on the source of the live round thought to have killed Helena. Judge Mary Marlowe Summer dismissed the case on Friday after a dramatic week which saw one special prosecutor resign and walk out of court, and another, Carrie Morrissey, call herself up to the witness stand for her role in withholding evidence. Safe to say Carrie Morrissey wasn't Baldwin's biggest fan.
The truth of this matter is you don't like Mr. Baldwin very much, do you?
You know, that is absolutely untrue.
You told one of the witnesses who disagreed with you during an interview that you thought Mr. Baldwin was a sucker.
I do not recall saying that.
Still to come on the Smart 7. Heartbreak for England as Spain do the double and tributes to a TV superstar. Right after this.
This season, Instacart has your back to school. As in, they've got your back to school lunch favorites like snack packs and fresh fruit. And they've got your back to school supplies like backpacks, binders, and pencils. And they've got your back when your kid casually tells you they have a huge school project due tomorrow. Let's face it, we were all that kid. So first, call your parents to say I'm sorry, and then download the Instacart app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes all school year long. Get a $0 delivery fee with your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 an order. Additional terms apply.
Welcome back. There was fresh heartbreak for Gareth Southgate's England squad on Sunday night as they lost in Berlin to Spain as the Spanish side became champions of Europe. It was a hard-fought game with royal spectators including Prince William and Prince George alongside new PM Keir Starmer, but an 86-minute goal sealed the Spanish win. It was the second big Spanish win of the day as Carlos Alcaraz successfully retained his Wimbledon men's title in a 3-set victory over Novak Djokovic. Meanwhile, England's 58-year wait for men's football to come home continues and manager Gareth Southgate was still sounding optimistic for the future.
I think England are in a really good position in terms of the experiences they've got now, the age of the squad. You know, most of this squad are going to be around not only for the World Cup but the next Euros as well. So, there's a lot to look forward to. But that's not, this moment, that's not any consolation here.
Mr. Brightside may be celebrating its 20th birthday this year, but the song was back in the limelight last week after a viral moment during the Euro semi-final. At a concert in London last week, the Killers chose to perform their signature song in front of a live stream of England's semi-final with red and white confetti going off as the crowd celebrated England's late victory over the Netherlands. Lead singer Brandon Flowers explains the decision.
We were watching all the matches, and so I was aware of what was going on, and that led into this very important match, and it happened to be going on while we were playing a gig, and we just wanted to do something special for the fans. You can't really make anything happen like that. It was a lot of luck, Cap, a lot of luck.
The weekend saw the death of 3 famous names. American sex therapist and talk show host Dr. Ruth died at the age of 96, while on Saturday, fitness guru Richard Simmons passed away just 1 day after his 76th birthday. On Sunday, the death was announced of Beverly Hills 90210 actress Shannon Doherty at the age of 53, following a long battle with cancer. Born in Memphis, Tennessee in 1971, Shannon got her big break at 11 years old when she starred as Jenny Wilder in the popular TV show Little House on the Prairie. She went on to feature in numerous TV shows and films, including as Heather Duke in the dark comedy Heathers. Following her stage 4 cancer diagnosis in 2020, Shannon started a new podcast called Let's Be Clear, where she opened up about her struggles. Here she is talking about her experiences. R.I.P. Shannon.
Obviously, my biggest thing is I just don't want to die too soon because I have a lot to accomplish. My point is, I wish for something different. I wish this wasn't what I was dealing with in life. But then I always have to look at the other side of it and go, well, then what else would you be dealing with?
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
At the heart of this violent, bloody case is a love story. A very unusual love story. The Ruxton case is different.
Any investigation before the Ruxton case was ancient history. It changed the way that we investigate serious crime.
Beyond Recognition is a new limited series coming to the Small Town Dicks podcast feed on July 19th.
Don't miss it.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.